Hey there and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a really fun tag. It's the Never Have I Ever Perfume Edition tag, and this was started by Stephanie Tamayo. I think that's her name. She's so hilarious. I found her channel because of this video that she created, and she had a whole bunch of questions, I think like 19 or so, and I picked my favorite 14 of that bunch. And I thought it was fun because this tag kind of lets you guys get to know me a little bit more because each question brings about a story. And yeah, let's get started. If you want to do this tag and you make videos, the questions are in the description box. And if you don't make videos, I would still love to know your answers, so you can leave me your answers however many you want in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. So let's get started. The first question is, have you ever been complimented? So kind of, has anyone told you to your face they didn't like your fragrance? And this has only really happened once to me, and it was by a family member, because I think families, well, at least in my family, were very blunt and honest to each other. So this was Persian Rose by Pacifica, and I would say it's mainly because in a lot of Middle Eastern countries, and I'm sure other countries as well, at least in like the culture and customs, rose water is something we use a lot. And it's like a very traditional perfume scent also. It's not one that people tend to like overwhelmingly anymore. And I just still love it. Like, I don't really care. Rose water just like brings me back to my childhood. This is a really fresh, authentic rose watery scent. And it's very much like a Persian rose water scent. And I adore it. And it really didn't offend me or affect me. As you can see, I have less than half left and I kept wearing it, but that was once that it was like very explicitly said to my face and I didn't care. But yeah. So question 2 is, have you ever lied about what you were wearing so that someone wouldn't copy you? And I would say no. Well, mostly no. I would say right now and for most of my life, what I enjoy most about YouTube and interacting with you guys is that whole exchange. I love introducing you guys to new scents or speaking or reviewing fragrances because it's been such a huge part of my life way before I started this channel. And I absolutely love when you guys message or email me to tell me that you bought something based on my recommendation and you love it, or it's a new favorite, or it's a signature scent of yours now. I love that, and I love that fragrance communities can have that kind of connection. I do remember kind of ages ago when I was young, specifically with Flower by Kenzo, because that was just like my first fragrance love that I made, you know, on my own when I was a teenager. I started to get even more seriously into fragrances, and like family members, specifically my mom, I remember she then started wearing Flower, and I just was like so territorial over that scent, and a couple others that she like understandably liked on me, so then purchased for herself. But now, I mean, you just like grow up, and at least I could never feel that way anymore. I think it's nice when people can share those kinds of advice about fragrances. So that's my choice. Then, have you ever blind bought something? And yes, I mean, I've blind bought, God knows how many fragrances. I'm a very adventurous blind buyer. I kind of do it, I don't want to say recklessly, because I've gotten really good about being able to actually understand the notes and kind of guess whether or not I would like it, especially with different houses and the accords and everything. But I mean, you're always going to have a dud every once in a while, but I blind bought a whole bunch, and one to kind of represent blind buying I would say is Feminin Pluriel by Maison Kurkdijan. And this one, it was a very expensive blind buy and it paid off. It is stunning. It is just like a cocktail of fresh flowers. And it's like a very elevated shampoo-y floral fragrance. It's one that's incredibly feminine, incredibly just like, I don't know, beautiful in the way that it's so simple and yet so stunning. And in that way, it makes it kind of more complex. It's really nice. I feel like every woman could own this as part of a staple for their collection. I don't hear it talked about that much, even within this line, and it's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's a really good blind buy that I've had. Then, have you ever bought a fragrance to attract someone? And I have never bought a fragrance to attract someone. I think I just feel like that would be difficult unless you knew a specific scent that they liked and then seeked that out. I'm just not that kind of person. I have so many fragrances that I want to buy for me and how they make me feel that I couldn't even begin to think about what someone else would like. But I have continued to wear a fragrance around someone that I knew they already liked, and that is Pink Sugar, actually, by Aqualina. This is a fragrance I always, for many, many years now, have bought, always keep in my collection, always have a backup ready to go. I layer it. I also wear it. It's such a beast mode fragrance that really comes alive on my skin. It just gets so beautiful every time I wear it. And there was someone who really liked it on me and had commented on it, and then I may or may not have strategically continued to wear it every time I saw them. And yeah, this is one of my most complimented fragrances of all time, and 99% of those compliments are from are from men rather. Men adore Pink Sugar, and I really like it too. I absolutely love this one, and it's such a great cheapie. Then, have you ever mixed scents to make a bad combo? And I struggled a lot with this question until I remembered that this is kind of a cheat, but basically, if you've been watching my channel, you know I hate Jardin d'Amalfi by Creed. This was a very expensive blind buy fail, and it just gets so lemony and so citrusy in like a synthetic Lysol-y kind of way on my skin. And I've been trying to find ways to layer it with something so that I can wear it and finish this bottle, and I have yet to figure that out. Albeit I only tried maybe 2 or 3 types of combos, but none of them have worked out. So if you know of any way to layer this, please let me know. Then, have you ever bought a overhyped fragrance? So I would say yes. I've bought a whole bunch of overhyped fragrances, but I tend to have agreed with the hype. And one, I will say, probably my most overhyped in terms of time would have been Gucci 2. And after like nearly a decade basically of hearing about it, I scoured the entire world and I found a bottle, the larger 100 ml or 75 ml bottle, in December, and I've loved it from the moment I sprayed it. It is stunning. I am a huge believer in this fragrance now. I think it's so beautiful and completely unique. I have no other fragrance that smells like this in my collection, and I haven't smelled any others either. I'm also a huge advocate now for Gucci to bring Gucci 2 back. I have no idea why they would have discontinued a fragrance that people were so in love with, so, I don't know, continually purchasing, and have just continually said that they would continue to purchase if Gucci to ever bring it back. So I know Gucci isn't watching, but if for any reason you are, bring this back. Don't be insane. This is incredible and people really want it. Then, have you ever been an offensive oversprayer? And I would say I tend to say no. I definitely am not a light sprayer, but I don't think I've ever been an oversprayer until I remembered very recently, kind of in the beginning of quarantine and all that stuff. I was heading out to pick up some essentials, and I was wearing, you know, a scarf, a mask, a hat, and a coat, and I sprayed 2 or 3 sprays of La Tosca, and I had just gotten this, and this is from Xerjoff from the Cosmorati line, and I love this fragrance. It's not an overpowering scent, but the 2 or 3 sprays were too much, especially with the scarf and the mask. It lasts a long time and it projects, definitely in the first 2 hours. And yeah, I choked myself out. I didn't really offend anyone else, I think, because people were standing pretty far from me, understandably, but I did choke myself a little bit. And in the car, I just had to kind of like take off my mask and take off my scarf to kind of air it out, because this was way too much and I got a little spray happy with that one. Then, have I ever bought a fragrance I didn't like? Yes, I think it's bound to happen depending on what size your collection is, but I think it's really just bound to happen. I just chose one to kind of represent that group, and that would be Intrusion by Oscar de la Renta. This is a fragrance I truly don't like. It's like an airy, slightly green floral. Yeah, You would think I would like it because based on the notes, there's nothing that stands out of being something I would hate or, you know, be kind of polarized on. And this, I don't know why, there's just something about the mixture of this that really puts me off. It's not to the point where I couldn't use it on cushions or like to freshen up the air, but I would not repurchase. I will struggle to finish this, and I really just hope a friend or family member wants to take it off my hands and then give me the empty bottle, because it's not one I would recommend. Then, have you ever purchased more than 2 fragrances a month, or purchased fragrances more than twice a month? And I felt a bit attacked by this question, because I would say yes, basically every month. I mean, if we're talking about purchasing fragrances more than twice a month, I could even just purchase 2 fragrances on 2 different days and be at that threshold. I will say I am truly, truly, after this birthday week, going to put myself on a no-buy. Let's see how long it lasts, but I would like to kind of enjoy my collection, tell you guys a little bit more about the hundreds of now fragrances that I have, instead of always trying to get the next best thing or try out a new thing. But I really do love fragrances, so let's see how long it lasts. Then, have you ever liked a celeb fragrance more than a luxury fragrance? And I don't own a lot of celebrity fragrances, but out of the ones I have, there's definitely ones that stand out to me that I like more than designer or luxury fragrances. And one I chose to kind of represent that group needs no introduction, but it's Cloud by Ariana Grande. This one is stunning. It's obviously very Baccarat Rouge 540, not an exact dupe, but kind of a more youthful version. I do not like the bottle. I just feel like I wish they were attached. I think most people say that they wish it was just this. This seems a little too simple for me. This, I don't mind that it's kind of like tacky or childish, but I just wish it was attached because I feel like this always slips out. Anyways, the scent, I think it's beautiful. I bought this full price because one day I just caved and said, fine, you know, all these reviews are just stellar, I'll just get it, and it was full price. I didn't even wait for it to be on sale. I picked it up. I have no regrets. I would continue to purchase this when I do run out. And this is totally beast mode. If I sleep with it, I'll wake up and it's still very prominent on my skin. So it's beautiful. I mean, I do like this to a lot of luxury fragrances. For example, the Creed Jardin de Malfi, I like this 1,000 times more than this, but it really just depends. You can find good and horrible fragrances at any price, I think. Then, have you ever bought a fragrance just based on the packaging? And I would say no. I've never bought a fragrance just based on packaging, but I have had packaging kind of like push me over the edge or be a love at first sight kind of thing. And for me, that was easy. It was House of Oud. I remember ages ago watching a video of a reviewer who had a bunch of these in her closet kind of next to each other, and I was just so taken aback. They're such beautiful, intricate, interesting bottles, and it was just a total bonus that I also adore the scent. So I took a look at the entire line, and these are very polarizing. Most people don't like the scents. I adore them, but to each their own. I picked Almond Harmony because I adore these scents. I really, really like it. It's a sickly sweet, marzipan-y, synthetic almond fragrance, and I would love to get some more because I think the packaging and the scents would be really, really nice. But I did just say I want to go in a no-buy, so let's see how long it lasts. But yeah, the packaging on this one did push me over the edge for sure. So question 12 is, have you ever loved a fragrance and then despised it afterwards? And for me, despise is too strong of a word, but Jennifer Aniston's by Jennifer Aniston. This one, I had my first bottle of it. I finished it. I adored it. It's like a very beachy floral. Then I found out it was going to be discontinued. I thought it'd be a lot harder to find, so I bought 2. I have this one and a backup, and I'm halfway through this one right now, and honestly, I'm just getting sick of it. There's nothing really wrong with it, but I think I would have been fine with just one, maybe the second one, but I wish I didn't have that backup because, yeah, I'm getting sick of it. I will finish them because, again, I don't despise it, And this is one I actually do recommend to a lot of people because it is really, really nice. I just think you don't need 3, and perhaps I got a little bit too overboard with that one. Then, do you have a fragrance that you wear just to piss someone off, basically? And honestly, I didn't have anything like that. The closest I could think of would be Persian Rose by Pacifica. I continue to wear it, and sometimes it was in front of that person that I knew didn't like it, but it wasn't in spite of them or to piss them off specifically. It was just, I liked the fragrance, and some days, you know, in the rotation, I ended up wearing it. But yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. And finally, the last question is, have you ever had dreams about fragrances? And yes, this happens to me all the time. I guess it's not normal, but I feel like in the fragrance community, you guys can probably or hopefully relate. But yeah, I've had like many a dream about Gucci 2 before I picked it up, or Amouage Sunshine before I picked that one up, Delina. Yeah, there's so many fragrances, that mainly the ones that have gotten really, really hyped up either by other people or in my own mind. And yeah, I'll just dream about them until I pick them up or try them, and then hopefully that hype matches the actual juice, and then you've got a winner. So yeah, that was the Never Have I Ever perfume collection video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.